measures 15 and 16 of the audition music. Alright guys, let's finish this up. So these two measures are a little less rhythmically challenging than measures 13 and 14 were. However, there's still some challenges note-wise. You'll see some skips, and getting up to that high E there can be a little tricky sometimes, but I'll try to help you out here, okay? So first of all, rhythm only, not too bad. We have eighth notes, and then a beat of 16th notes there in the last measure. That's a tutti-ta-ta. Alright, so will you please say with me the rhythm only? And down, up, count it, here we go. 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4 te, 1 te, 2 ti te ta 3. Not too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and play it. Rhythm only on F. Down, up, ready, here we go. Now you will not tongue all those eighth notes when you play. If you notice in the original, there are some slurs, but that should help you with your timing of your fingers. Alright, so now let's check out some notes and some of the intervals or skips between some of them. Okay, so look down to the second line there, interval practice. Okay, it's taking out some of the rhythm of the eighth notes, and this is kind of just slow practice here for the beginning of measure 15. So G, B flat, that's a high E natural. Remember, high E natural is going to be, in this case, round thumb, 1, 2, 4, 5, and pinky. So it's like a E natural, but with no third finger. Okay, so finger that with me, the G, B flat, E natural. Okay, mark that if you need to. I'll even allow you to write in E above that high note to help you recognize, since there are so many ledger lines with that high E. So G, B flat, then high E, and then the next, after that first fermata, we're adding a couple of notes after that high E. G, B flat, E, then back down to D and C. Okay, so I think the trick here is making sure we can get up to that high E accurately and smoothly. Okay, make sure you help it with that teeny tiny aperture that you're going to use. Correct fingers. Remember, no third finger on high E, and air and aperture. Okay, so let's try playing the interval practice line. I'm going to hold that high E, the fermata note, for 4 counts, just so it's a little longer, so that you can kind of sit up there and find it. 1, 2, intervals. Going on, ready, set, and go. So again, getting up to that high E here with those first 3 notes, the G, B flat, and E, can be a little tricky, and that might be something you want to pause and take a few minutes or check out every day before you play this section, so you know what it feels like on your aperture and what it sounds like for that high E. Okay? Moving on, interval practice 2. Now, instead of half notes, we're speeding it up to quarter notes. Okay? So it's the same notes that you had in the first interval practice line, except now in quarter notes. Oh, and it looks like we have added the A and the F there towards the end of measure 15. Okay, so will you finger that with me? Interval practice 2. 1, 2, fingers, here we go. So G, B flat, there's your high E, you can sit there. G, B flat, E, D, C, A, F. Alright, so once you've got the high E figured out, now we're moving a little faster. Here we go, let's try it. 1, 2, ready. Next section, ready and go. listening to that high E quite well, look at the half tempo version. Okay, so half tempo meaning the original is written in 8th notes and 16th notes. The half tempo version is just slower in quarter notes and 8th notes, but it has also added measure 16. So will you please finger with me the half tempo line? 1 and 2 and ready, here we go. G, B flat, E, D, C, A, F, G, A, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. A little mini scale at the end, so don't get scared about those 16th notes because it is just a little mini scale starting on C and then with B flat, A, G, and F falling down with your fingers. Okay, let's finger that one more time. Half tempo, ready, set, and go. G, B flat, E, D, C, A, F, G, A, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. Sorry, I ran out of air there on the last note. Okay, let's try playing that. Half tempo line. 1, 2, ready. Alright, so then, guess what? We have to do our speed up game yet again. Okay, so I'm still looking at the half tempo line, but now we're going to get our fingers moving here. So let's speed it up a little bit. Half tempo line, a little faster. 1, 2, 3. A little faster. 1, 2. Keep going. 1, 2. Almost there. Here's 110. And 1, 2. And here's full tempo. 1, 2. Alright, so one thing that half tempo line does not include is the articulation that you'll also notice back up in the original measures 15 and 16. Okay, but now our fingers are going the right speed, so we can add that in. So here we go. This is the original measures 15 and 16 at tempo. So fingers will be going the same speed you just went at the 120, but now we have to think in the 8th notes and 16th notes. 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4 te, 1 te, 2 te, te, ta, 3. Okay, let's finger it. Down, up, original and go. G, B flat, E, D, C, A, F, G, A, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. Alright, let's try it. With the slurs. Down, up, ready, and... One more time. Ready, and... Alright, so now what I would try doing is putting measures 15 and 16 together with my favorite, measures 13 and 14. So I'll play for you now the whole 4th line. and down, up, re. Alright, and of course once you can start putting some of those pieces together, go ahead and put some of the lines together. So I will now play for you.